Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Good to have you along on this Thursday morning. If you're listening to the Rush Radio Show right now, you're already making a smart decision, and that includes where you buy your car. Willis Automotive is your go-to for quality vehicles and even better service. New ride, used ride, family hauler, or something fun, find it at willisauto.com. The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comment section. You can always call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on social media. Good morning, Ross Peterson. What's going on there, buddy?
Good morning, buddy. It's good to hear you say Thursday morning. This is one of those super fast weeks. You get Monday off, and it just feels like it's I don't know. It feels fast. So happy Thursday. Where are you today?
I'm in Savannah, Georgia. I had plans to be outside. I had plans to be by the pool today. I got down in the lobby about 5 o'clock in the morning, which would have been 4 your time, getting the show ready, just doing some prep. But I wasn't running my computer on power, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go outside and plug in. There's probably 8 different outlets around the pool at this hotel, and none of them worked. None of them worked. So I had to come up, wake Anjanette up, wake Greta up, say, hey, I'm doing the show up here. Probably waking somebody up who's right next to me. Yeah, so even the best laid plans, you got to have a contingency. And I was able to call an audible and come upstairs.
He's a gamer, folks. He's a gamer.
I am a total gamer. That's all I do is game.
Last minute makes the decision. Had a chance to be in the NBA. Instead, look at him. There he is at Arizona.
I'm a G League player. That's what I am. I'm a G League player. But you know what? I'm on that 2-way contract, so maybe I can find my way outside tomorrow. Maybe. It's humid here, though.
Tyler says, rent the damn office. Different hotel today.
Yeah, I'm in a completely different hotel, and I don't even know if they have a meeting room here. I'm not spending more money when I can use the luxury of my room or the pool side. Why would I rent the meeting room? Now I could probably get a tax write-off on it, but I mean, let's be honest, folks. I mean, no way.
That sucks when you find the outlet and you're like, I'm money. It's all I needed. I needed one 3-pronger. Here we go. Nothing.
And there was like 8, so I went through every one of them, plugged it in, and I went to the desk. I said, "Hey, none of your outlets are working by the desk," and I get that blank stare.
They have the overnight person at a hotel.
Yeah,
they don't know where they are.
I would agree with that. I mean, I walk up to the desk, and all the lights are on and are off in the back. And all of a sudden, I see this like silhouette stand up.
It
I'm like,
feels like you interrupted a robbery.
Yes.
When you go down to the hotel lobby in the middle of the night, it feels like you've interrupted people who also aren't supposed to be there at that time of night.
So, yeah, it was like, hey, all the outlets by the pool aren't working. I don't know how that works. Well, I'm not asking you to be Mr. Electric. Now, if Mr. Electric was here, a good sponsor of the show, Mr. Electric, we could bring Maxwell in and say, hey, is this a complicated job? And then have them fix it. But all I got was, I'll put a note in with engineering.
The girl behind the desk thought to herself, we have a pool? There's a pool here? Oh, man.
Yeah, a nice pool. And but no outlets are working. So came upstairs, plugged it in, and we're off. So
good to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to have you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Were you up late? Because I did not see the Milan. I don't even know when that necessarily broke. It wasn't news by the time I went to bed last night. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't see when it broke. I woke. I don't think it was there because I checked right before I went to bed, And because Greta wanted to sleep with us last night, I had to sleep on the couch. So I got the couch in the room. But, as I was desk scrolling before I went to bed, he had not yet, at least I saw, put his name back into the transfer portal. So it probably happened sometime after 9 o'clock here, 8 o'clock your time. But we talked about it extensively yesterday, what he would do or what would happen. So now he is withdrawn his name from the NBA draft. The ESPN draft tracker had him at like number 38. So that's dropping pretty far down in the second round, which kind of eliminated that first round hope. And you could even probably drop out of the second round when you go that low. But he's going to be going back to school, won't be at Iowa State. So, and again, as we talked about yesterday, ESPN, CBS.sports.com reporting that Kentucky, Louisville, St. John's, and Arizona are the ones in the mix. The kid from Arizona decided to stay in the draft. So that's going to open up some money for Arizona, and, they can make a pretty hard push at him. Again, it would be weird to see him back in the Big 12 conference, but it's going to come to the highest suitor now. I mean, money.
But it's weird to see Arizona in the Big 12 conference.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That is fair. That is fair. If you think about it, right move. I mean, he has to make the judgment, but I mean, if your goal is to be a first round draft pick and you get that feedback from the NBA, and I mean, he shot 69% during the combine during his four shooting drills. But there's other things that go along with it. You can be a great shooter, but there's other things that go along with playing in the NBA that they're looking at, from speed to defense to a lot of different things. I mean, he's 6'8". If he has a great year with Kentucky, Louisville, St. John's, or Arizona, probably going to move up that draft tracker. But you just sit there and go, you know what? I've got bigger goals. I can make more money. I can play with an elite team and work on the stuff they gave me feedback on. You're thinking. I see. I see.
I don't want to derail the conversation, but my brain's going like, well, my first thought was, how much better is he going to get in a year?
That's a fair question.
I'm like, if he's not an NBA fit right now, first of all, I don't understand how that's possible. Like, how is a dude that shoots the ball like that not wanted on every NBA team to at least have on the? I just don't understand it, because he's now the number one player in the portal. And he's the girl with the curl. But when the next level looks at him, he's the 38th best option. And for most teams, it's not even that he wouldn't even make the team. I don't understand. I don't understand. And then we always have the thing that was going through my brain right when you're like, hey, your wheels are turning. Man, we always knock the NBA for having no defense. I mean, if you watch the NBA playoffs, that's different. They play defense, but it's just really good offense. But then you say, well, he can't play. One of the guys I think mentioned, Captain Kirk says, I don't see him playing at St. John's. I don't think he can play that level of defense. Why do we knock? So there's just all that stuff in my head of like, I just don't get how a guy is the best college basketball player available in the transfer portal.
Or does it really, he said it didn't, or does it really come down to money where you go, hey, you can go be a second rounder, but you can make a lot.
I think it's unfair to say it all comes down to, because what it really came down to, it seems, is where was he going to get drafted? I'm sorry, I got that bug back. If he was going to get drafted in the first round, he'd be gone. Now, so is that, could you just take that next step and say, well, that's all about the money? He's really just looking at it and saying, how much am I going to get paid next year? Yeah, sure. He's got an opportunity here in 1 year to make $7 million. Good on you, kid. So I mean, it wasn't like he knew if he came back, he was going to have that $7 million figure. It seems to me like the decision was, where am I going to get drafted? Because if I'm going to be in the first round, I'm going to be in the NBA. I want to start my NBA career now. Again, the funny thing to me about this is that At no point is anybody going to discuss academics.
Zero.
Yeah. Well, where's his where do his credits transfer?
Or do they transfer? Or only 50% of those credits transfer? Because, to transfer in to go to a certain school, you can only transfer in 50% of your credits. You're going to have to.
How close is he to graduating? What classes does he need? Who offers those classes?
How many classes do you have to take? Can you be a part-time student?
What is credit hours that he needs next semester?
I'm going to take two classes, 6 credit hours the first semester, and I'm going to take the same load in the second semester, but drop when available, and then take 0 classes second semester.
It's so. We all know when the deadline for declaring for the draft is. I don't know when they do finals. Any idea when the school season's over?
We've brought this up before. When is the last time? And I used to see it in the 80s. I even saw it in the 90s. When is the last time you saw a player ruled academically ineligible to play?
Willie Guy? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Now, I mean, to put this in perspective, I had a college coach tell me at one time, as we were talking academics, and this would have been in the mid-90s, that he could keep a dead person eligible. It wouldn't be that hard. I'm like, oh, wow. And there's some truth to that. If you go to class and the tutoring they have, there's no excuse to be ineligible. And it's not like you have to take, a normal load like 15 credit hours per semester. You can probably take 9 and still be considered a full-time student. I thought 12 was, but I think there's some grace there. So 9 would be 3 classes. If you can't pass 3 classes,
But Travis, something else is at play. Something else is at play, because you're right. You should be able to. The tutoring and the academic assistance was always there.
It was.
And you always had guys that still fell through the cracks. You're trying to tell me that none of these guys fall through the cracks? Trying to tell me that we haven't had one Byron Hanspard moment? Remember when Byron Hanspard just quit going to class?
Didn't he get arrested for moving marijuana?
Oh, was he doing that?
I thought again, I don't want to put something on somebody that didn't happen, but I thought, or was it Bam Morris who it might have been Bam Morris who.
Yeah, I think it's Bam. I think Bam Morris was.
Well, I do. There was a Drake player back in the early 90s when I was producing the Rudy Washington show who was ruled academically ineligible. But Drake's academic rules were a little bit different than the rest of the Valley. Like he would have been eligible in the rest of the Valley, but Drake had these different set of academic standards.
I just Googled Byron Hanspard. I have no idea how the algorithm brought me here. All I did was Google Byron Hanspard, Texas Tech. And one of the very first things that popped up was an Iowa State Daily article from 1997. Wonder if Rob Daniel is still writing out there somewhere, because 30 years ago he was writing for the Iowa State Daily. A 0.00 GPA? Question mark. What in the name of Jim Walden is going on here?
What a reference!
That's good. That's good. This this is an article about how he basically quit going to class. Anyway, and I don't know why I pulled that name out.
Well, who was the Ohio State quarterback who said
Cardale Jones? I ain't here to learn. I ain't here to learn no school. Or I ain't here to play. I think that's what it was. I ain't here to learn no school. North Carolina created entire classes out of thin air
just
for their athletes, and nothing happened. Like nothing happened. They were creating classes, an institution of higher learning. They were just like, hey, come on, sign there, sign here. How'd you get that degree on the wall? Oh, they gave it to me.
Well, it's almost like colleges are doing that now. I saw this video the other day where they were talking about higher education and college. And when I was coming out of high school, going to college was a big deal. I mean, it wasn't promoted like it is today. Like, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. And they said the average, and this was a professor or one of those think tank people, like, throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even the 80s, the average grade in a college was a C. Like, I mean, if you got a C, you were doing really well because it was hard. They were pushing you. The average grade now in college is an A. Like, they're just handing out A's. I'm dead serious. That's what this video said. I don't have any data to back it up. I'm going off a TikTok video, but that's what this guy said. Was like, the standards have changed because what do these colleges need? Look at it. Look at the small colleges. What do you need to do to survive? You need people to keep going there. And if they're flunking out or if they can't academically make it, they're not going to go to your school. So are we literally just handing out degrees now? It's one to think about.
I mean, you got to pay for it.
You do got to pay for it. Pay a lot of money for it.
The check has to clear. Once the check clears, the answer to your question is yes. How frustrating that's got to be for people that didn't experience that. For people that are just going like, wait a minute, that was not my college experience. I worked my ass off. I wasn't given anything. I earned it. I earned those years at my institution. I earned that degree that I have on the wall. I did everything I was supposed to do, and my check cleared, or my checks continue to clear. Yeah.
And they continue to clear for another 20 years after you pay off the loan.
Mike says he's almost done paying for his. Good for you, Mike. Mike also had a good one earlier I wanted to mention. Mike says one of the Iowa State Daily writers I know is now in federal prison for selling drugs online for Bitcoin.
Is that a true story?
I like it. I don't know.
I'd like to go down that rabbit hole if you have any more information on that. That is a rabbit hole for Ross like we've never heard of.
That's good.
Well, I was, we went to, Greta spent the night with us, but we were in her computer lab till like 9 o'clock with her last night as she was finishing up a project. I mean, there was probably, kids just working their tails off. And I'm like, I never had to do that in college. I mean, sometimes, nothing against Grandview. I like my Grandview education, but I do feel outside of the radio and TV classes that I took, that maybe I got a little, it was like, okay, if you show up every day, we'll pass you. Right?
You felt that way when you got yours in the 80s and 90s?
Yeah. In some classes, yeah. Yeah. I don't remember being in a lab till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, working on a project just to get it done. It was just like, hey, hand in this paper and, oh, I got an A on the paper. I'm not a very good writer, but I got an A on the paper. So maybe that's when it started switching. I mean, these people, again, these colleges need people to come in. And how do you do that? Hey, we have 99. Think about that. When you look at your retention, we maintain 89% of the people, and 80 or 92% of the people that come in their freshman year graduate with a degree. That's a pretty high number, right? I mean, you'd want it to be 100%, but that's still a pretty darn high number. 92% of the people who start here finish here. Wow, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Because not everybody's that smart.
Whatever. DMAC had higher standards. They told me not to come back.
But the problem was you never showed up. But like
that's what it was. That's what it was. They didn't have to tell me not to come back. I quit going. That was a hey, we're thinking about firing you. Well, I'm going to quit. How about that?
D-Mac.
People are. So I think the clicking, because I've had some people that Travis's headset's just moving a little bit. That's all.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I didn't
a
even notice it.
It's a sensitive microphone.
I didn't even notice until somebody said,
can-
"I hear clicking," and then I heard it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, now
Yeah,
I know what the clicking thing he's talking about."
It's actually right up there. So I'll try
that
not
is?
to. I'll try not to move.
Well, if we all just stay really close, everybody just stay really still.
I'm going to stay just anatomic and
Okay.
try not to move. But when my jaw moves, it actually moves the microphone. You can actually hear it. So
Were you a
maybe
showbiz? Were you a showbiz kid?
Showbiz
You know what
Pizza?
Showbiz Pizza was?
Oh yeah.
Do you? Okay, I didn't. I'm not.
I know what it
I might be
was.
rude. I didn't know if being out there in the sticks in Western Iowa, if you guys got a Showbiz Pizza.
I love that you think I grew up in the sticks. I think that is so
I forget
adorable.
about the private plane too. I imagine again the life I envision you growing up in is I've got to erase that from my head.
I get that. I know I didn't live in city proper, but I was literally 30 miles from Council Bluffs in Omaha. I wouldn't call that the sticks.
Okay,
I grew up in a town of 400 and some people. I understand that.
took you
But it
30 minutes to get to town.
Took me 30 minutes to get to town. You think that's the sticks?
Say it. It took you 30 minutes to get where?
To the city.
From where?
From the town that I lived in.
Okay.
I mean, it takes
to
you
a
30
city
minutes
kid.
to get to. It takes you 30 minutes now to get from Johnston to Pleasant Hill. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to tell, and again, just a perspective thing. It's just this is a relative conversation. I grew up in a community where I rode my bike everywhere I wanted to go. You know, and I don't mean like in a small town. I mean, I lived in town. It was if when you wanted to do stuff, it wasn't 30 minutes was Newton.
So when you were growing up, if you had to go to like Van Meter, were you like, oh, we're going to the sticks today?
Yes, dude. When I was growing up, the west side of West Des Moines might as well have been Omaha. Where Jordan Creek is now.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Didn't know the world went that far west.
Wow.
So that's why I growing up in Des Moines, my whole life being in Des Moines, I really do. I imagine your life being very similar. I'm like, oh yeah, but Travis grew up out in the middle of nowhere and never went anywhere. Yeah, 30 minutes from Omaha. So you had a Spaghetti Works. You had a
we had two Spaghetti Works. Still have two Spaghetti Works. We had a Showbiz Pizza.
When you said the animatronics, that's what reminded me of the Showbiz.
The bears that would do that was like, instead of going to Adventureland, we'd go to Showbiz. I think they had like animatronic bears.
Was it a gorilla?
It may have been
a gorilla. I feel like the lead singer of the Showbiz band was a silverback. Am I making this up?
No, it's some large animal.
The Showbiz band, the Rock of Fire Explosion. Remember Rock of Fire? That ring a bell to you at all?
No,
that brought back a memory there. You were right. Billy Bob Broccoli was a brown bear and the band's frontman bass player. So you're right. It was a brown bear. But then there was Fats Geronimo, a silverback gorilla who played the keyboard and served as the band leader. Wait a minute. Billy Bob Broccoli was a brown bear and the band's frontman / bass player. Fats Geronimo was a silverback gorilla who played the keyboard and served as the band leader.
That's silverback dominance, right? You're like, hey, I'm the silverback here. There's no way that you are going to lead this group. I may not be the lead singer, but I'm the leader. And if you want to fight for it, we'll fight for it.
The Rock of Fire Explosion. Besides the brown bear and the silverback gorilla, can you name another animal that was in the Rock of Fire Explosion?
Who? There had to be something of the feline in there. There had to be some sort of cat, whether that would be a cougar, a panther, a tiger. There had to be. You just couldn't have. You had to represent. Was there?
So there wasn't a cat. There was a gray wolf.
Okay.
Mitzi. I think Mitzi was probably your speed. Sounds like Mitzi was for Travis.
I see that. I see what you're doing.
Mitzi Mozzarella, a gray wolf who sang and danced. There was Duke LaRue, a silver-furred dog who played the drums. Beach Bear, a beach-loving polar bear who played the guitar. Anyway. There was Rolf de Wolf and Earl Schmerl, a ventriloquist act featuring a mischievous dog and his human-like sidekick. See what they did there? Was they made the dog the ventriloquist, and then the guy, and then the human was the dummy. See what they
So I have a question, because I never went to Showbiz. We had a Showbiz, but I never went. But I remember the commercials and stuff. Was the band something like you had to go like put $1 in to get it to play, or did it play on a?
You didn't experience this then?
No.
It would just play. You just randomly. The curtain would open up, and it was like this fun show that would play. Yeah.
Hello, Des Moines.
Tyler said he'd never heard of Showbiz. So, Tyler, imagine a Chuck E. Cheese. In fact, Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz were competitors for a while. And I remember listening to a Decoder Ring episode or something about this.
Does Chuck E. Cheese have a band?
Yeah.
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese either.
I feel like they got rid of it, though. Didn't they? Maybe I'm making that up in my head, too. I feel like they did have a band. But maybe they got rid of it.
I deprived my kids of the finer things in life. And I'm okay with it. 515-517.
We know.
2303. Sometimes the key to feeling better comes with just being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. But more than that, UCI is the place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want somebody else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire, a front row tickets to every show-yonaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy, and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From first drives to lifelong traditions, Willis Nissan is with you every step of the way. Whether it's meeting up on campus, heading to Waterworks Park for the Willis Nissan Summer Series, or just enjoying an evening out, we're proud to be part of what drives the Des Moines community. Because supporting our community means supporting you through every mile, every moment, in every stage of life. Come in and see us right now to take advantage of our $399 per month lease on the award-winning Kicks with only $1,000 due at signing at Willis Nissan.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
If you're looking for a mortgage for your new home, Gary Presnall with Northwest Bank is the man to call because he's been financing residential homes the past 25 years. He offers VA, FHA, IFA first-time buyer loans and conventional and new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. Gary can get your loan pre-approved in 30 minutes, and it can happen after hours during the week or even on the weekends. Gary has been the state of Iowa's top-producing mortgage banker the past 8 years. What does that mean? It means he's really good at his job, and he's going to work for you. Give him a call at 515-975-6767. All right, Roscoe, football season's still, about 100 days away, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like baseball in the middle of summer. Like, it feels there's something like, I don't know, it gets your blood flowing a little bit or something when you think about it.
Yeah, it really does, and we found out yesterday that the University of Iowa is giving us a little taste. The non-conference kickoff times and TV times have been announced, 2 conference games, and we're going to kick the season off on September 5th against Northern Illinois, a 3:15 game on the BTN. So 3:15, then right around 6:15, 6:30, it's going to be the Black and Gold Rush right here at therushradio.com on YouTube. And yes, Ross and I are planning on doing the Black and Gold Rush again this year, but a 3:15 kickoff. Then a night game with Iowa State. That's going to be on NBC, a 6:30 kickoff. You've been to a number of night games at Kinnick. A Cyhawk game at night is that's a different element, right? That's a different element.
I mean, listen, I think that there is some things that we can pick apart here and go, oh man, people are going to be too drunk at kickoff. What's the atmosphere going to be like at 9:00 or at 8:30? If everybody's drinking at 8, I am so jacked for that 6:30 kickoff. I think that's going to be I don't think that's going to be an incredible atmosphere. Incredible atmosphere. Travis, that's going to be an epic day for me. I want to prepare you. Remember, that's the weekend that I'll be up in Minnesota, in Canada fishing. Okay. So when we booked the trip initially, we looked at the schedule. We're like, oh my God, that's Cyhawk week. Well, we're going to have to figure it out. We're either going to not fish, you know what I mean, that Saturday, or we'll figure it out. We found out one of the guys that's on the boat this year has Starlink on his boat. So we're like, oh my God, we're going to be watching the Hawkeye game while we fish. That's going to be an epic day. No, this is going to be great.
Because you'll be done fishing by 6:30, right?
Oh yeah. We'll be done fishing back by about 5:00 every day. Have a drink in hand, dinner. walleye in belly. It's going to be I can't. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Do you like these night kickoffs? Now, don't think about it from a personal standpoint of like, doing black and gold rush. You know, it makes it that we're going to be up a little bit later. But those games are so much adrenaline after an Iowa State game anyway.
Again, if I had my magic wand, every game would be an 11 o'clock game, and it's not from a personal standpoint. I just think everybody's dialed in. You're not as hammered. I do believe there is a something that falls off the cliff after like the first quarter, because let's not forget the Swarm. I believe, and Brad Heinrichs talked about it the last time he was on. It's going to have a big. It's going to be a big weekend, and I'm wondering if that's Fry Fest weekend. I should look that up, but it may be.
So
yeah, so it could be sometimes when you just go all day long, you reach a point of where you just run out of gas, and you're like
that's that's why I initially said like we can pick it apart, and there are things about it. No, Fry Fest takes place.
September.
Never mind.
Was that last year's?
No.
I'm anxious to see what you look at yourself.
I just Googled Fry Fest 2026. That's all I did.
Yeah.
And the thing that pops up says Saturday, July 11th. And I'm like, oh, no, hey, that's not the same day.
There's another Fry Fest?
This is the French Fry Festival. Yeah. So never mind all the things that just came out of my mouth.
We have a bacon fest here in Des Moines. There's a French Fry Festival?
Just Googled Fry Fest 2026. Saturday, July 11th, 2026. The Autry Museum of the American West in Griffith Park. Huh?
Where's that at?
It's the LA French Fry Festival. General admission is $30.03. You can get VIP tickets at $64.43. I don't know why. It's the SFC LA French Fry Festival. Here we go. Fry Fest, University of Iowa Hawkeyes. I found it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got a follow-up question to the
September 4th, 2026.
So the first week of the game, first week of the season against Northern Illinois. Okay, now an important question. Do you like shoestring French fried potatoes? Do you like crinkles? Do you like waffle cut French fries? I mean,
yes.
Just everything? Doesn't matter?
I like them all. I think I don't even know. I'm not even smart enough to know if it depends on the potato, if it depends on the salt. I don't even know what I like. I know this. McDonald's French fries are incredibly overrated. Incredibly overrated. Yeah. Probably one of the most, if not the most, single overinflated food item in America. It is it puts it on the spotted cow scale. It's in a whole different category. They're garbage. They're straight hot garbage. Styrofoam masquerading as French fries. And our stupid little brains are still remembering the French fries from the 80s and telling everybody how wonderful McDonald's French fries are.
Well, they were when they were, fried in the trans fat, right?
Right. Well, no, when they were fried in the beef tallow.
And it's funny, all the way down here, I saw pictures or billboards of Steak and Shake, and instead, all it said was beef tallow fries. That's all it said.
They know.
Beef tallow fries.
They're ahead of the game. I'm telling you. They're ahead of the game. The beef tallow French fries. What McDonald's used to do. You know that it was a guy from Omaha that ruined it, right?
Oh yeah.
You knew the story.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that. Very aware of that.
I tell you, McDonald's French fries are garbage. Like Steak and Shake is a good example, but so is, what's the other place I was thinking of? The California In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger does really, really thin French fries too.
Well, see, I think Freddy's has the thin French fries, and I don't like really thin French fries. I don't feel like I get enough. There's not enough sustenance there for me. I need a
more
thick
starch.
fry. I need a lot more starch, a lot more carbs. I need some sustenance to make me feel like I'm actually eating something. Because you take the Freddy's fries and you're like, I need like a handful to get what I would usually get in like a good crinkle fry. Ore-Ida still does it right. Give me some Ore-Ida fries, put them in the air fryer. I'm ready to go.
One of the few things that you can have frozen that the flavor doesn't really change a lot. A waffle. You pop an Eggo waffle out of a toaster. It doesn't taste much different than when you make the waffle with the waffle batter. Okay. Right.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
All right. It's fine to disagree. It's okay to have differing opinions.
You're right. I still like McDonald's fries. I wouldn't. I don't put them up there on the hierarchy like they used to be. But the thing with McDonald's fries with me is I have to have, and it's very hard to find because not all McDonald's carry it, is the hot mustard sauce, what they'd use for the chicken McNuggets. So I would use the hot mustard sauce, not ketchup, to dip my French fries into.
I feel like at McDonald's, even harder to find than the hot mustard sauce is an employee that gives a shit. Charlie says Five Guys are decent fries. Do you know about Five Guys and like what they used to do, their old gimmick with the fries?
Well, I think I've only been to a Five Guys like once in my life, so I'm not educated on the Five Guys.
So it used to be, and I don't know if I don't think they still do it, but when you walked in, it was like they had the name of the farm that the potatoes they were frying up were from.
Somewhere in Idaho, I take it.
Most of the time. A lot of times it was someplace in Idaho. And I never thought they were that great.
So you walk in and it says, "These fries come from Don Cherry's Potato Farm."
Swear to God. Yeah. And the town. And Mike says they still do that.
Interesting. The only type of fry I don't like are waffle fries because they don't get because there's that. I've never had one that's consistent. Like I'm probably more of a crunchier guy, and I find the waffle fry to be a little limp.
Got a little taco fold to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But man, you Chick-fil-A guy?
Every once in a while, nothing.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but Chick-fil-A does the waffle fries.
They got the waffle fries. I like them. I can do them. My least favorite. This is a weird. I don't even know why. Is the crinkle cut. I can't even tell you why. I like them. I still like them. But if I had to go 1A, 1B, 1C, I'm going probably waffle fry because I think of the Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
But then I like the I like the thin shoestring. I like the little thin ones. They're real close. And then third, right there, I'll eat a crinkle cut fry. I'll do some toot. I'll do a little toot. But I will not.
And I'm a crinkle cut guy, and usually from a small town cafe, right? Not a major chain. You go to some small town cafe because you get an overabundance of them.
You're getting an Ore-Ida at a small town cafe. They're not crinkle cutting the French fry.
Well, nobody's crinkle cutting their French fries, are they?
Ore-Ida is.
Well, I get that, but if you go to a restaurant,
are they the only one with the crinkle cut machine? Do they have the patent on the crinkle cut French fry?
No. I just assumed everybody bought their food from Cisco and used frozen French fries.
All right.
I could be wrong.
Whoops. Here, I wanted to share this one because I did forget about one that is a standalone. Luann writes, crinkle fries are one of my top two. I also like curly fries and waffle fries. Curly fries are garbage.
Thank you. I was about to say
they're awful. That's a way to ruin a potato.
And Arby's, I believe, has the curly fries, right?
It's one of those places. Arby's, Hardee's. One of them, real proud of their curly fries, which are just gross.
I think it is a money-making scheme when you use the curly fries and the waffle fries. Meaning, give McDonald's credit here, Ross. they can scoop them up and they put the fries like in order in their box, right?
God, you
The
are
curly
the founder, and you are just
no. Hear me out. I believe curly fries and waffle fries, you get less fries, but it looks like you get more because of the way they're shaped. They take up more room. They're actually giving you
curly
less fry
could be.
than you would with a normal fry. That's the way I see it anyway.
Can I ask you a really dumb question about the curly fry?
Yeah.
Listen, it's just us gals talking, right? No judgments. Yes. No judgments.
No judgments.
I'm telling you before this comes out of my mouth, I know this is really stupid. I know what I'm about to say is really dumb. But in my head, I have kind of like this visual movie thing that goes through my brain as we're talking. And as we're talking about curly fries, I'm envisioning the potato getting spiral cut. What happens to the rest of the potato?
You think they're like coring?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. This is why before I created the safe space, before I even said the dumb thing, I said, hey, I'm about to say a dumb thing. And I need you to be my friend. And it's just us girls talking here, right? And you're like, yeah.
No, I don't have
the
a
dumb
curly
thing. And you're like, that's a dumb thing.
Hear me out. I don't believe there's like a curly fry core. I think what it does is you start on top and you like twist it,
just peel it,
and then it cuts off at a certain point when it hits a certain length, and you use the entire potato. That's the way I see it.
All right.
What happens to that's like?
I said it's a dumb thing. That you wonder why they kicked me out of DMAC. You wondered why they were like, "Hey, Ross,
you
could try something else."
It's not as dumb. As, and I've said some dumb things. Everybody can come at me, and I'm prepared for it. But I thought about this a lot on my drive from Charleston to Savannah yesterday. And I go to Angie and I go, I told Ross we went to watch the sunset at the beach last night. And he goes, but you're on the East Coast.
I know the sunset.
And I'm just...
Oh, God.
It's one of those things, man. Now, this is a tater tot who Hunter says are superior. Is a tater tot a fry?
Here.
Is that a fry?
No, tater tots and hash brown. Because Dan said something earlier, asked about hash browns also, and kind of which category they move into.
I would put a tater tot into a fry category before I put it into a hash brown.
I'd agree. I'd agree that it's closer to a French fry than it is a hash brown.
Yes. It's a balled up hash brown, though, right?
Yeah. The fact that somebody would say tater tots, like try to push them into this, try to shoehorn tater tots.
Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane.
Tater tots are, I will be honest with him, in my ranking, they're somewhere between the garbage that is curly fries and the tight race at the top that is crinkle fry, shoestring, waffle fry.
Well, I view the tater tot as like the byproduct of the final rent because they want to use all the potato. You ask what happened to the rest of the potato.
That's what it turns into a tater tot.
Becomes a tater tot.
They tot that bad boy.
That's the way I see it anyway. How do they get them to stay together like that?
That's what here now we're on to something. Illuminati.
Somebody's tuning in for the first time this morning going, they started by talking about college football and an Iowa State night game with Iowa, and it turns into a French fry and tater tot conversation.
I am excited. That 6:30 kickoff is not just on a personal level. Is that perfect for what that day is going to shape up for me and the boys up in Canada fishing? But that will be an awesome day. See, Travis, when you say every game should be at 11, I do agree that like the directional Illinois, come on, play that at 11.
instead of 3:15. Even Northern Iowa. I love Todd Stepsis. I like Northern Iowa. But 3 o'clock on FS1? Can't we play that at 11?
I didn't even hear you say that one. That one's
Well,
at
I
3
just did
o'clock
for the
too?
first time. That's a 3
Oh,
o'clock
okay.
game.
Okay. You didn't. Okay, good. I thought I'd missed it.
And then you have the October game at Washington, which would be an 8 p.m. kickoff. TV is Fox or FS1. Now, if it's not Fox, why are we playing a Friday night game? FS1 to me is
FS1.
Exactly, right? You're like, hey, we're going to play Friday night. You're going to get a primetime slot. You're going to be the center. But if this gets moved to FS1, I don't know.
You're going to have to see, Travis, again, like the station thing, the channel doesn't matter as much to me because I'm a digital subscriber anyway, and so I don't even notice. It's the big chyron or it's the thumbnail.
That's fair.
I see the Tiger Hawk, I hit the Tiger Hawk. I see the Tiger Hawk and the W. I go to that. But the little tiny watermark in the corner, if it's FS1 or Fox or hell, it could be Fox Business. I don't know what I'm clicking on. I'm watching the show.
See, and I'm still old school, right? And maybe it just comes down to the announcing teams that you have on, because I mean, it's a rung lower if you get stuck on FS1. It's like I know a difference between an ESPN2 game and an ESPNU game. I'm like, oh, this is an ESPNU production, even though it's the same production. It's just the team that's assigned to it. We do have one 11 o'clock game scheduled so far, the day after Thanksgiving, the Black Friday game, Nebraska. That will be on CBS. So you got 5 kickoff times announced. The rest of them will be, that the week before or 2 weeks before when the Big Ten decides, who's worthy of what network and what time it'll start because of basically how you're playing.
I didn't write down the Washington one. I'm like, you gave us 5? You did give us 5. You gave us the 3 non-cons.
You were still thinking about tater tots.
I was still thinking about other stuff. Still ranking the how a potato should be best served. And then some asshole had the audacity to throw potato wedges in there. I about threw up in my mouth when I saw the word potato wedges.
I mean, I like potato wedges, but I don't put a potato wedge in the same. I mean, I get the same category as a French fry, but you could make a potato wedge like a meal, even though you're probably getting the same. It's different. Yeah. It's completely different.
And how is a baked potato so far superior to all of these conversations that we're having?
Because you can dress that baked potato with butter.
You get
salt,
a baked potato
pepper.
at a good steakhouse.
Oh,
with butter and sour cream.
Absolutely.
And and then you compare that to the conversation we're having about tater tots, crinkle cut French fry. Come on.
Because you could take 2 potatoes that came from the same farm that are identical. You bake one of them, and then you French fry the other one.
You serve it up. Which one you giving to the children? Okay, you're having dignitaries over for dinner. You break out the fine china. You got the kids' table. You unfold the kids' table in the side room. You take the 2 potatoes. You got a baked potato. You got one that you've cut up into French fries. Which one you give them to the kids?
French fries, because you're going to feel more elegant eating the baked potato. Matter of fact, there's been many times that I've done baked potatoes just as a meal. Like, what are you going to have tonight? I think I'm going to have 2 or 3 baked potatoes, and that's all I'm going to have. I don't need a protein to go with it. I can fill myself up. I can cut it open, start it with fresh olive oil, and then butter, and just salt and pepper. I don't even need sour cream.
What are steak fries? Was somebody is steak fries just that's just a term for girthy fries, right?
I think it's a girthy fry. It's not quite a potato wedge. You're onto something. And I believe the ends are like cut at an angle. It looks kind of fancy, like it's got a little diagonal.
I see. It's all about the angle of the cut on the end.
I mean, if you look up steak fry, I believe that's what it is.
It's about the girth and the angle of the cut.
Yeah.
Huh.
How many different ways can you cut a potato? I'm learning quite a bit. And don't even get me started on the opposite of the French fry, and that would be the onion ring. Because because there's a lot of different ways to do onion rings. And I'm very particular about the onion.
The opposite of the French fry is the onion ring. I like that. You're very particular. So there's only one way to do an onion ring.
No, no, I'm not going to say that.
Super thin shoestringy.
I can't stand that. I cannot stand just onions in a basket.
Find somebody else to do the 7 o'clock hour with.
If you're going to hand batter and beer batter your onion rings, at least get them fried enough to where it's all not coming off. Like, you pick it up and it's just the flakes are falling in your hand. You're like, this is ridiculous. It shouldn't be a chore. That's why I'm probably more partial to the onion ring that's fried kind of like a Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's just caked on there and it's
caked
not going
on with okay. All right. Yeah. I can get behind that.
But shoestring onions?
Bloomin' onion? Yeah. The shoes. Yeah. Old Hilltop.
In concept, bloomin' onion is fine. But if you under fry it, it's just a big mess.
Yeah,
and by the time you get to the middle, it's just like grease coming off you.
I saw so many of them go bad when I worked at the Lone Star Steakhouse. That was like one of the, the bloomin' onion was like the.
Yeah.
It was our version of what was the volcano thing that they do? The fire volcano. When you go to the Benihana, when you go to the Ohana Steakhouse, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
They do the onion volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bloomin' onion was our version of that at old Lone Star.
Do you guys make French fries or onion rings when you're on the island in Canada? You mentioned you're going to Canada.
Dude.
Everybody else can go to Canada as well.
The food up there is incredible. What we do now, I mean, once you become varsity level, and again, you can go up there never having played the game, and they're going to know how to take care of you at Ballard's Black Island, and you're going to have an epic a lifetime memory type of trip up there, no matter what your skill level is. But when we go, we actually take some extra food with us, Travis, just to kind of spice up our shore lunches. Sometimes we take some stuff from Brookwood Farms. They've been very popular up there the last couple of years. You can bring whatever you want up onto the island with you and add to the party, or just show up and take advantage of all of the incredible amenities that are there. The food is amazing. That's one of the things I don't talk about enough is how incredible the food is. Breakfast is hot and ready when the bell rings at about 6:30 every morning. You guys have heard it on the air before when all my buddies are racing up there to get coffee and get breakfast. You usually have a shore lunch, which is like one of the most memorable experiences and most awesome lunches you'll ever have. And then dinner every night. It's not fish every night. Most nights we come back, we have steak, we have ribs, we have pork chops. The food is fantastic. Every part of what Ballard's controls is amazing. The only thing you have to do is set the hook. Give them a call. 218-634-1996 is the phone number. The ladies up there can walk you through exactly what all of this looks like. What those available dates are is the most important thing, because that's what's kind of changing right now. $1,200 per person is going to save you a lot of money. You can learn more by going to blackisland.com or just give them a call, 218-634-1996. It's a 4-night, 3 days of guided fishing trip. Everything is taken care of for you.
All right, we got an hour in the books. We got an hour to go. We'll be back with the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
From first drives to lifelong traditions, Willis Nissan is with you every step of the way. Whether it's meeting up on campus, heading to Waterworks Park for the Willis Nissan Summer Series, or just enjoying an evening out, we're proud to be part of what drives the Des Moines community. Because supporting our community means supporting you through every mile, every moment, in every stage of life. Come in and see us right now to take advantage of 0% or $3,500 off on our award-winning 2026 Frontier at Willis Nissan.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. And if you're in the market for a vehicle, this is where you start. New, used, or certified pre-owned, Willis Automotive has the selection, the people, and the service to make it easy. There's no pressure. There's no games, just a team that knows how to take care of you. Check them out at willisauto.com. That's willisauto.com, and experience the difference. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. If you're listening on the audio stream this morning at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. And, of course, you can always leave your comments in the comment section. Call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on social media. Speaking of a phone call, Brad is joining us this morning on the Rush Radio Show. Brad, welcome. What kind of French fry do you like?
Homemade fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Travis, the real fries.
Yep. Fry them
Those are the best.
Fry them up in beef tallow, right, Brad? That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, or just regular corn oil.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I like it.
That too.
What do you know,
But
Brad?
anyway, guys, I cut to the chase. I missed the show yesterday live, but I heard you talking about Tom Davis, and I just wanted to say this is all my own opinion, but I don't think that enough was ever given to how much Chris Street's death hurt the potential of the Iowa program. And I'm not in any way minimizing. I mean, we've all, that was just horrific. But you take that, I mean, Chris Street was the foundation of the Iowa program. The whole team was built around him, and it's all what it could have, should have been. We'll never know how good that team could have been had he been able to play out his junior year and his senior year. I mean, could it have been a Final Four? Could they have gotten by Wake Forest and Rodney Rogers his junior year? Very well could have. Anyway, I don't think people ever took that into account the way they should. And year after that, when Iowa didn't get Rafe LaFrance, Tom Davis was just raked over the coals for it. I mean, just incessantly. And was he a great recruiter? No, but just from those two things, I don't think that his Iowa program ever recovered from that.
It's a good way to look at it. I never thought about it.
Yeah, Brett, I like that. We didn't think about that. And some people in our chat are like, wait, this topic's out of left field. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. We were talking about Tom Davis and just kind of his legacy at Iowa and what that career was like. And Brad, so thanks for listening, even though you couldn't join us live yesterday, and thanks for calling in today. We appreciate it.
Well, just may I say about Gary Barta and the whole thing about the McCaffreys, and Gary Barta had given Fran McCaffrey an extension. Well, if Gary Barta had been doing his job, Fran McCaffrey would have never made it to 15 years, because Gary Barta was like a career politician who kept getting reelected. He didn't want to put the work in about rehiring his basketball coach the way, and holding Fran accountable the way he should have. He didn't do his job, and he was just a bad AD. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Brad.
I'm a sound off listener. Love the Black and Gold Rush. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thanks,
you,
Brad.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon, Brad.
Thank you so much. And everybody who listens to the show, if you don't listen to it live and you go back and listen to the replay and we say something, you want to bring it up the next day, you're more than happy to do that. I mean, we may have a completely different variety of fried food we talk about tomorrow, because somebody's going to bring it up and say, hey, you forgot this style of French fry.
I love the idea that those, I always think it's funny to imagine the idea that we actually planned those conversations.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it's on the rundown and you're like, okay, French fry conversation. We had that classic potato conversation we've been holding back on forever.
No, what's going to happen is somebody's going to get a hold of the show, and it's going to be on some morning show prep website tomorrow. Like, hey, here's a good conversation. The style of French fry you like. And we're like, that was our idea, man.
Our idea. We came up with that. We knew the gold was there.
Organic on that, but we did not plan that conversation.
What's going on here? How do I? Okay, sorry, Brad. Brad's gone now.
Yeah,
thought Brad was gone a long time ago.
All this is going to kind of feed into one another, Ross. But we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and that was the Protect College Sports Act that Congress is going to try to get passed. Now, before we dive into some of the specifics of that, there are some interesting things that came out of the SEC conference meetings that are going on in Destin, Florida. First of all, Greg Sankey was talked to the media, and he said, without a doubt, it's by far, when you look at the breadth, the depth of the SEC, it is by far the most competitive football league in America. It's not even close, even though the Big Ten's won the last 3 national titles. But when you look at the depth, the overall, it's not close. The SEC is there. And this goes to what
he actually said it's not even close?
Yeah, said it's not even close.
Okay.
By far the most competitive, strongest football league out there, and it's not close.
Yep.
Then you have Kirby Smart follow up and say, hey, if we can't figure the rules out, maybe the SEC should just go this alone. Secede from the NCAA. Now, we've talked about secession before, but it would have to be the Big Ten and the SEC together. This is the first time we've heard a coach come out and say, well, we're the SEC. We can do this all by ourselves. There's enough national and I posted this on our X page yesterday, and our Facebook page said, listen, I was a big fan of Live Golf. I liked what they tried to do. But I also know that when you take a leap of faith like that and being out on an island, and if you don't have much support, it's hard to make a go of it. Could the SEC function on its own? Sure. Does it have as much power if you were not part of a national championship playoff? If you are isolating yourselves, and if you said, hey, we're going to go it alone and play by our own rules, and then you have the Big Ten, the ACC, and the Big 12 go, oh, that's fine, then we're not going to schedule you. We're not going to give you non-conference games. You guys just go play each other, or you go play, cupcakes like we talked yesterday. The arrogance that exists in the Southeast is astonishing to me. And maybe that's why I like Tony Petitti, who he lays low. He doesn't say much. When he does speak, it has a poignant thing to it. He's prepared. But this is almost like, who was the Minister of Information for Iraq during the Iraq War?
Yeah, right. The guy with the bombs going off behind him. You're like, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. What are you talking about? We're winning this thing, all right? And the SEC now is trying to, and Kirby Smart's not wrong. He's like, I'm not against people getting paid. He's wrong in the secession part. What he's saying is, we need everybody playing by the same rules, meaning if a Big Ten team is going to spend $60 million on a payroll and, X team can only afford $30 million, that creates inequity. And I'm not opposed to getting equity. So here's where the College Sports Act, we got a little more detail yesterday. And there's a lot of things that go into this. There would be a one-time transfer limit, meaning, hey, if you go to a school, you can transfer one time. If you want to transfer out there, you got to sit out a year. There is an exception. That would be if your coach got fired or a coach left or if your sport was eliminated. So you get a one-time transfer. If you want to transfer again, you're going to have to sit out a year. But keep in mind, this College Sports Act also has a 5-year window, much like that is being proposed right now in the NCAA, that 5-year window to play. No former pros can come back and play in the college game. So if you played in the CBA, if you played somewhere, the interesting part about that would be how do you view foreign players now, right? Because a lot of these foreign players are paid when they're playing in France or whatever. So how do you view that from a professional standpoint? There would be limited antitrust protection, which means they'd be shielded from lawsuits. Ross, here's one I do like, because I still can't believe this hasn't taken place. Agents would need to be registered. If you are representing a player in the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, Major League Baseball, you have to be registered with said league to be able to represent players. And they want to say, hey, you got to be registered to be a certified agent, and then they're going to cap your commission at 5%. Which, you got a moth flying around your house? Or is that just me?
Did something just fly by?
Yeah,
I'm paying attention.
But so they would cap commissions at 5%.
Okay.
There's the option to pool broadcast rights. So instead of the SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12 and the ACC having their individual deals, if you can get 75% of the FBS schools to agree, you could pool all those media rights and then share equitably to, or maybe not so equitably, however they work it out. But instead of having individual deals, you could pool them all together. And the other one would be, if your league makes over $1 billion a year, that would be the SEC and the Big Ten, you basically, you can't expand anymore. You can't add more teams and break up other leagues. So they're saying no super leagues. There's already super leagues. Let's be honest. The super leagues right now are the SEC and the Big Ten. But what they're saying is to prevent, hey, 6 more teams from joining those and basically cutting out the head off of the snake. There would be salary caps based on the House rules and then the House court decision, and then there would be a crackdown on basically pay for play money, which is what we're seeing now. That meaning that if you're going to get a marketing deal, an NIL deal, it has to be legitimate. That's the tough one to prove. That would be the tough one to police in my mind. Thoughts?
A lot. I got a lot of thoughts. Man, because we really had 2 conversations here. One was about Sankey and Smart's comments,
but they all kind of lead into
about
one
breaking off.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all part of one. Man, I think I can throw a blanket over the second part of the conversation. I don't like the government. I don't trust any of that stuff. And I know that some of that stuff sounds really good. Some of that stuff sounds like things that we would all be like, "Oh, this is wonderful." I don't know that it is. The no former pros. I love that idea. Duh.
Yeah.
Get a paycheck in a sport, you don't get to play that sport anymore. Now, dude, we're going to need to hold on to this for about 15 minutes. Remember that comment right there about the no former pros. I'm going to underline that so we get back to that with Duax, because soccer might be, man, you gotta remember when you're writing laws, it's not about football and basketball, which is the conversation that we are having is football
100%.
and basketball. But when you're writing a law about this stuff, man, you're affecting all of these other sports, which leads me back to the stupid comments that, again, they're not stupid. These guys are really smart. Greg Sankey and Kirby Smart are really smart guys. But they're lying to you. They're lying to all of us. They have been for a while. I've told you guys this before. My favorite things. The SEC is the best, and it's not even close. That's called a thought-ending cliche. That's when somebody will say something like that when it is really close. They just don't want to have the conversation about it. They just want you to believe that you're stupid if you don't think that like they do. It's the same as everybody knows the SEC is the best conference. That's not a conversation. That's a conversation ender. Everybody knows that. What are you, stupid? That's what that's implying. SEC is the best, and it's not even close. Well, you guys are losing. Yeah, but shut up. Shut up. That's not the conversation we're having. The conversation we're having is about how great we are.
And we're talking about the depth, the breadth of our league.
And Kirby's smart to come at us with, man, if everybody would just play by the same rules. The reason the SEC is bitching the loudest is because the rules have changed. It's because we started to put some guidelines and guardrails in place and say, okay, if we're going to be paying players, we'll put this thing out in the open and we'll allow guys to do this. And not only is it not even close, you've seen the gap change.
Narrow.
Are they is the SEC spending the most money? Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think the Big Ten's spending a lot.
Oh, that's true too. You got that. You got some really big brands there in the Big Ten.
Yes. I think the Big Ten's spending a lot of money.
This idea that they want to go alone, Travis. Oh, man, I'm trying in my brain to remember a time in our sports history that something like this would have happened. Most of the time we see these things come together. AFC, NFC. XFL, NFL. Live golf.
ABA, NBA.
Right. Thank you. For professional wrestling fans, there used to be 17 different promotions. Now there's one major promotion. Most things consolidate. And now all of a sudden the SEC says, well, we'll just break away and go do our own thing. The other thing that I do think is funny, Travis, I mean, I'm going all the way back to even the name of this bill, the Protect College Sports Act. I've said this before too, but it's very true. The name of bills in Washington, it's almost ironic. It's almost the exact opposite of what the bill is actually going to do. It's ironic.
The Affordable Health Care Act?
Over and over and over and over. The Save or Protect College Sports Act. Are college sports in jeopardy?
It depends on how you look at it.
Yes. Good answer.
It's because I would say yes, because the model currently is not sustainable money-wise. Now, you could say there would be a market correction, but there's always going to be somebody who's going to go, hey, the market's down, now's the time to buy, right? I mean, so it's not equal, and even under the old rules, what you said, the SEC, but they figured out how to work under the rules,
right?
But it was equal, right? The model's not sustainable.
Jamie nails it. Jamie, who's been slaying at the pond, by the way, lately. Jamie says it's to protect their money. That's what all this is about. That's what all of this is not about protecting college sports. College sports are going to be fine. The current model is fucked. And it's going to go through some really painful changes. The government stepping in and putting in these 2026 guidelines. So, like, for instance, if your conference makes over $1 billion, then why $1 billion? Why $1 billion? Why not 950 million? Why $1 billion? Why did we just pick that number? Because it's round?
No, I think they specifically went after the SEC and the Big Ten because nobody else is making that much money. So they said, hey, we don't want you two to grow anymore. If anybody else is going to grow, it's going to be the ACC. It's going to be the Big 12.
Yeah.
And
money changes.
And
money changes.
When the grant of rights deal, do you think Clemson and Florida State are going to want to stick around to the ACC, or do they want to bolt to the SEC or the Big Ten? I mean, I'm just throwing that out.
Now they won't be allowed to. Now they won't be allowed to.
Exactly.
Because of Ted Cruz.
Yes.
because of Washington. Limited antitrust protection.
I'm okay with that.
I don't trust that as far as
But I guess, Ross, and I know where you're coming off on here. Why can't you just have a bill where you give the NCAA limited antitrust so they don't get sued and they can go enforce the law, the rules they want to enforce, right? I mean, we want the NCAA or somebody to come up with it, not the government. Give them limited antitrust capabilities so they don't have to be in court all the time, and let it go.
That's that. Okay, that I like. Getting them. I
mean,
unhandcuffing them from the current system. I think. Okay,
look at you got the Mississippi quarterback who's going to have a 6 year of eligibility because of a medical hardship that nobody can come up with, and you're getting an injunction. You know, I mean, so it'd be nice if you said, hey, we're spending all this time in court and we're not getting now on the other side of this too, I want the NCAA to, in a timely manner, enforce rules. I don't need 4-year investigations and then 4 years later you're like, I'm on probation for what?
Dude, the Michigan stuff. Where have you seen the guy that's done the math on the Michigan coaching staff? The Harbaugh Michigan coaching staff, dude. It reads like the police report from Congress. Quite honestly, we always joke about how those guys are all criminals.
But look,
yeah. So I love
what happened to Jim Harbaugh, though. Remember, he was forced to take a pay cut because he wasn't, and they're like, "Hey, you've got to win." So then you go,
yeah.
All right, I'm going to go win.
Yep, and he went and won.
Yes.
Did what he had to do. Travis, can I talk to you about the agent registration thing? And again, maybe this is a Duax conversation. The no former pros, I want to talk to him about that because, again, his boys are going to be playing Division I soccer. But I want to talk about the agent registration thing, okay? So would that mean that, like, let's say Brian's son is getting some offers on stuff, and Brian is helping his son negotiate through that. Okay. Now Brian's not actually probably not going to be taking a cut. Not going to be asking for 5%. But my question is to you with that agent registration thing is, does a kid have to have an agent in order to get a deal?
No.
Okay.
You could negotiate.
But if a person is going to represent
you
for, okay.
Yes.
Then you've got to go through some sort of process to register.
Yeah.
That I'm okay with as well.
Because you can't just allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry says, well, I'm representing this guy. Well, there are professional standards, you know. I mean, are there agents? Yeah, there should be.
Ethics, things like that.
Yeah. And to make sure that you are a legitimate agent, and I'm okay capping the, you know, professionals. I'm not, because professionals will do a lot of different things, from, hey, I'm going to represent you, to contract negotiations, to I'll be your financial advisor. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that goes on to it. But if you're just negotiating these deals, you get 5%. I mean, whoever has Milan Momcilovic, 5% of
going to do okay.
Of $7 million, you're going to do okay on one player. Just saying. And if you keep him as you go on through the pros, you're gonna do okay. So, you know, whether this gets passed, whether it even gets voted on by the end of the year, who knows? And I'm with you, Ross. I don't like the government getting involved, but when nobody does anything, this is what you invite into your life. It's like inviting the vampire into your home because you didn't do anything. And there's got to be some compromise. I could see that 1 billion thing getting scratched.
Yeah, because again, that's an arbitrary. Those are the types of things that get written into law, and 10, 15, 20 years down the road, they look back at it and go, "Oh my God, we weren't looking very far in the future when we put that part in there."
And there's some other things in there from
man. I don't like a lot of it.
You don't
hate
like
the
a lot
name
of it?
Protect College Sports Act. Protect our money.
I'm okay with a lot of the things that we
Travis,
brought up.
I lost you again, dude.
No, so
it's something when I'm running the board, when I'm running the thing, it gives me this 2 hour. I don't know what it is.
And people don't go out yet. Don't go out yet. So we're going to take a break. Brian Duax is going to join us when we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on. Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Did you know that over time, your engine builds up carbon deposits in the intakes and valves, which can lead to poor performance, fuel economy, and even bigger issues down the road? With summer on its way and road trips abound, the last thing you want is a major repair. For the month of May, Land Rover Des Moines is offering 15% off our fuel services to clean out that carbon and get your engine running smooth while keeping some extra cash in your pocket. Don't let a clogged engine ruin your family summer. To get scheduled, visit us online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Did you know that over time, your engine builds up carbon deposits in the intakes and valves, which can lead to poor performance, fuel economy, and even bigger issues down the road? With summer on its way and road trips around, the last thing you want is a major repair. For the month of May, Willis Volvo Cars is offering 15% off fuel services to clean out that carbon and get your engine running smooth while keeping some extra cash in your pocket. Don't let a clogged engine ruin your family's summer. Give us a call or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
All right, everybody. Iowa Lottery has your summer concert VIP experiences. They're launching a lineup of concert ticket prize packages from country stars to a little rock. You got Jelly Roll. You can choose from 4 different options that are happening across Iowa. We've got Carly Pierce and Sarah Evans at Arnold's Park in Okoboji on June 19th. Russell Dickerson and McGrath at the McGrath Amphitheater in Cedar Rapids on June 26th. Gabby Barrett at the Marion County Fair in Knoxville Raceway on July 10th. Post Malone and Jelly Roll at Jack Trice Stadium on July 17th. So get entered through 8:59 on June 2nd for the Carly Pierce, Sarah Evans show, as well as the Russell Dickerson show. All you have to do is add their opening act VIP club members. You heard it here first. Save on your non-winning bonus cash doubles cash tickets by the Iowa Lottery. Don't forget tomorrow on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive, we've got the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woo-hoo. Look at Daniel. All right, time for the great part of the show. Daddy needs another bottle.
Daddy needs more than one.
Oh, yes, exactly. He needs more than one. He needs like 4 more. He needs to spend lots and lots of money. He's almost getting up to vault-worthy tour status, almost.
He's getting close. He's getting close. You know, last week he was in the parking lot when I said, hey, the deal starts Friday.
Oh, no. That's funny. Well, hey, he knows how to come back. He knows where you live.
I can't hear you, Ross.
Oh, no. Can you hear me, Trav?
Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
Man,
I hear you
what
just
the
fine.
hell is going on?
I can't hear
so
Ross.
Funny. It's so wild because on my bottom box, Travis, in my preview screen, he's frozen. So
really?
something's up with me. Yeah.
Oh, maybe you just got bad internet. I don't know.
Well, you chat with him here, and I'll try to disconnect and reconnect
I still
again.
can't. I can hear you, Travis. I can't hear Ross.
All right.
Well, you chat with him for a second.
All right.
I'll be
We'll
back.
do. All right, Brian. So he was asking earlier, I don't know if you listened to the show, because before we get into the special, about your sons are going to play for the Menace. When they do play, are they paid?
No.
So they'll keep that amateur status.
Yes. And they, with NIL, I believe they could get paid, but they're not quite to that level yet. So
Okay. But
I mean,
NIL's one thing, and I think people could view name, image, likeness and getting sponsored as one thing, but if you physically got paid by the Menace, that would make you a professional under.
Correct. I mean, when it was the PDL, nobody got paid. Now, they do get compensation. They get meals, they get housing, but they don't get a physical paycheck.
Do you hear Ross now? Can you hear Ross?
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear Ross.
Mother. Can you read my lips?
Yeah, we can read your lips. We can read your lips.
We can try.
So just stay there and look pretty, Ross. Just stay there. And
All
look
right.
pretty.
Well, I can ask, and if everybody else can hear me except for
do
Brian.
what you do best, Ross.
Yeah. Ask. What were you just asking Brian about?
I asked him about his sons getting paid, and they do not get paid by the Menace, so they would remain that amateur status. Do you, have you been approached by an agent at all for your kids' representation?
We've been talked to before, and we haven't done anything with an agent yet. Like two of Ty's teammates who transferred out of Western Illinois, they both had agents. Out of the 9 kids who left Western Illinois, those were the only 2 who found another landing spot. So, I do think the agent definitely helps, but for my kids in the soccer community, between myself, between all my connections, if Ty wanted to transfer or if Tate wants to transfer here in a year or 2 or whatever, I think I would be able to help them get there without an agent. Now, if they decide they're going to become pros, then obviously, yes, I will help them pick an agent, but I don't need to be the guy negotiating their contract.
It's funny because the worst decision I ever made in my broadcasting career is I hired an agent. Probably around 2007, 2000, and you don't hire one; they kind of approach you, and, and
that's how you ended up in Des Moines. He can't believe he brought you.
No, what happened was, this actually would have been around 1999, 2000. The agent contacted me and said, "Hey, I'd like to represent you. Where would you like to work, or what are your career goals?" So I kind of laid it out. I ended up he didn't get me an interview. He didn't get me a job. I actually got my next job. And even though I did all the work and all the negotiation, I had to pay him a percentage of my contract because I had signed the deal. I'm like, so I called him and said, dude, here's the deal. You didn't do anything. You're not going to get I'll take you to court over this but I had to give him like $5,000 or $6,000 to get out of it. I said, hey, if we make this go away, that was cheaper than paying the whole. So agents, they can help, but they can't help.
I think agents for negotiating the Power 5, the footballs, the basketballs, probably worth it. Soccer really hasn't gone NIL yet, so.
Travis, ask him about international players. Is that the same?
Not ready yet.
How about international players? If international players come in and play Division I soccer, they're probably getting paid overseas, right?
Oh, there's no question that. So when I was growing up, Grandview and NII programs were the only ones who could bring over internationals. So D1, D2, D3, those were American-born, American players for 99% of. That has flipped. Like if you look at, I think it was Southwest Missouri State last year, they didn't have a single American on their team. Not a one.
By the way, say you're old when you say Southwest Missouri State without saying you're old, because it's Missouri State now, but you and I are we're close to the same generation. We're still SMS.
It's Southwest Missouri State
exactly.
Forever. But yeah, they had 0 Americans on the team. My son's best friend, Truckee, who plays for St. Louis, they went out last year in the Elite 8 and played Bryant. Where is Bryant? Who is Bryant? I have no idea. They had like 2 Americans, and the average age was like 26 years old.
Wow.
So selfishly for me, and the American players, I hope that they do something with the internationals and the age limit. If they do the 5-year thing, I'm fine with that. And that would eliminate a lot of kids. Well, can't even call them kids. A lot of adults that are playing Division I soccer right now.
Adults is a good way to look at it, because in the year 26, 27, you're in your peak. I mean, you're a lot farther ahead than an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid who's playing college soccer. You're a long ways ahead.
And think about the recruiting. You can't blame the coaches, but if you have a 22 to 24-year-old proven professional from Europe or South America or wherever, or an 18-year-old kid from Iowa, which one you picking? You're not picking the 18-year-old from Iowa.
So true. Wow. So true. All right. So you've got some bottles lined up in front of you. I have a feeling this is going to be this week's special from Central City Liquors.
I do.
Are we going Thursday through Sunday, or are we going Friday through, or we're going Thursday through Sunday?
Thursday through Sunday. Absolutely. Thursday through Sunday. And now that The weather has finally broke and it's beautiful outside. I thought I'd bring out some RTDs. What RTD stands for is ready to drink.
Okay.
So this is already pre-made. There is 7 varieties of them. Normal price, $12.99. Regular sale price, Central City, $6.99. Rush Radio, $4.99.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, how many? Like, is that like a? It's hard from perspective. How many drinks are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a pint, so it's 16 ounces. So
Okay.
if you're just using a normal rocks glass with some ice, you're probably getting 2, 3 drinks out of this.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
for $4.99, I mean, you've got a Cosmo, you've got a margarita, Casamigos margarita, you got an espresso martini, always hot. You got a spicy margarita from Casamigos. You got a Bullet whiskey old fashioned or whiskey sour, excuse me. You got a Crown Royal whiskey sour. And last but not least, you got a Bullet Manhattan.
Ooh. So buy yourself some Luxardo cherries while you're there for the Manhattan.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So that's deal number 1. We've got a bunch again today.
But wait, there's
the
more.
Godfather failed me, which meant this morning I had to come up here and be like, what am I going to put on deal? So I got up here a little bit earlier today and walked around the store and was like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Godfather, if you're listening, do your job so I don't have to make you lose some more money.
So we got the ready to drinks at $4.99. Normally $12.99.
Yep.
Sale price $6.99. Rush Radio listeners get the ready to drinks for $4.99. You can go in, you can get a shopping cart and just stack up, spend $100, and you have your summer covered.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Or a weekend, whatever you want to call it.
And there's no limit on how many people can purchase.
Oh, absolutely not. I've got 40 cases over there. I hope by Monday I have none. That'd be awesome.
Wow.
That's a great deal.
All right.
Okay.
So the other one we're going with Woodford Reserve. This is the half gallon. This bottle weighs like 3 pounds. This is the half gallon. Regular price. Hold on. Let me get my notes. Regular price, $69.99.
Wow.
Sale price, $59.99. Rush Radio, $55.99.
$55.99. $55.99 for a half gallon of Woodford Reserve.
That's a lot of whiskey.
That's a lot of whiskey. A lot of whiskey. Holy moly.
And if you're not prepared for that much whiskey, let's go with the regular 750 as well.
Okay.
So this is just the normal size 750 bottle. Regular price, $43.99. Sale price, $32.99. Rush Radio, $30.99.
Wow. $30.99.
Wow.
Tell you, I kind of like that half gallon
And
Woodford.
this one
That
might
one
be
looks
the
like
hot
a
one
gift,
of the weekend.
gift giver.
Just a guess. Everybody's favorite right now,
Oh, yeah.
Tito's vodka. Get yourself some Tito's. Come in, get yourself some Tito's, some grape juice, some lemonade. Make yourself a transfusion on the golf course, you too. Regular price, $19.99. Sale price, $14.99. Rush Radio, $13.99.
Wow.
Not going to find a hotter deal than that.
Guys basically giving away Tito's.
Yeah, they're giving away Tito's basically at Central City Liquors this weekend.
We're trying. We're trying. We want that cowbell to ring 1,000,000 times between now and Sunday.
So we've got the ready to drinks for $4.99. We've got the half gallon of Woodford Reserve for $55.99. We've got the 750 of Woodford for $30.99. And we've got the Tito's for $13.99.
Yep, and this is a 750 as well.
That's a 750.
750 as well. Yep.
Holy moly.
And we're not done. We're not done. The one thing the Todd Father sent me, which I don't have one of, my delivery hasn't shown up yet today, is Smirnoff Raspberry Pint. We're going back to the Pocket Rockets. If you come in, you spend $20 at Central City, you can get a Smirnoff Raspberry that would be fantastic with lemonade for $2.99.
And that's a little shooter, right?
No, it's a pint. It's
Oh, it's
the
a
same
pint?
size
Oh,
as
okay.
this. It's 16 ounces for $2.99.
And all you have to do is spend $20.
$20.
So
Spend
get
$20.
Get 5 of those.
Yep. Get 5 of these
Get
after
4.
tax is going to be more than $20.
Yeah.
And leave with a Smirnoff raspberry pint for $2.99. So you're out the door with 6 bottles for $25.
Wow.
Throwing a
If that
Smirnoff,
doesn't
you're
get
out of there
people
for
in the
under
door,
40.
I don't know what will. I don't know.
Damn. That should move the needle.
It should move the needle. And the box is right behind the phone. I'll move it here in a minute. It's a decent amount in there today, but the prizes, so we did 4 roses. We're giving away 4 roses. The 4 roses rep heard me and brought me 2 of these.
Oh.
So you can hang that in the man cave.
You can hang that in the man cave. It is like it's engraved in there. Like these roses are, it's not just a flat piece. It's got texture. It's really freaking cool to the point where I told the rep I need one for Central City, and my manager down at the other store said he wanted one as well. Really cool. So I got one of each of these for each of the winners. Plus they get a bottle of 4 roses on the house. I say on the house, you got to pay tax, you got to pay deposit.
Okay.
But we're going to take off the price.
Because the 4 Rose heard it and said, "Oh, we're gonna
Very cool.
Let's get involved." Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real dumb moment happening here. I didn't realize the
Let's
4
do some
roses thing
drawings.
was on the
Shall
label.
we? Hold on. Let me move my phone. Put a different thing there.
Oh,
The magical box.
will Dan Douglas win today? That's the big
Will
question.
Dan Douglas win?
2 winners today.
2 winners today.
2 winners today. Brent Spurgeon.
Brent Spurgeon.
Brent Spurgeon. Winner number 1.
There you go. You're going to get a call or you're going to get a text from Brian
That's
later on.
That's a new name this week. So I know Danny Douglas's name's in here because he was here. Ooh, it's a long receipt. It could be Dan Douglas. Holy shit.
No, it's not.
Dan Douglas.
Dan, you get something free today.
I just pulled my back.
Sell more houses, Dan. Come see me again, brother.
Wow.
You know, yet last week when he was in here, he was like, I was batting like 50%. And then I haven't won in like 3 weeks. This is unacceptable.
He goes, "I'm on my way." He's on his way. So
he said it's a long receipt. It might be him.
So here's the deal, Dan. Here's the deal, Dan. Get that half gallon of Woodford. While you're there, get a half gallon of Woodford. You've spent the 20. Go ahead and get the Smirnoff raspberry. Then you're also going to get a bottle of 4 Roses for free. We got to pay tax in the deposit.
Yep.
And you're going to get the wall hanging thing for your office. That's awesome.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Our boy Dan Douglas. Become a regular of Central City. I think Miss Dana even knows him by name now.
Danny, welcome back.
I'll bet you she does.
That's great. I love you pulled it. He goes,
Bet
it's
you
a
she
long
does.
receipt.
Well, Ross, I don't like you on the board. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I've been listening all week. These mistakes, they just don't happen with the wisdom and age of Travis. So you just got to lock in.
Sorry.
We have a completely different setup. So, all right, Brian, that's good stuff. Thank you so much. Great
Anytime.
prizes. And don't forget, do we know what we're going to give away next week, or we do we have a prize?
Let's call it a mystery.
A mystery.
That's the answer to that is no.
Yeah, the answer is no, but it's a mystery. But when you go
We'll
in,
make it worth their while.
at any time during the week, it doesn't have to be Thursday through Sunday. If you buy something, just put your name on the receipt, put it in the box, and then you can enter the drawing. So as you learned today, you can win some pretty cool stuff just for spending money at Central City Liquors. So
Again, this thing is really sweet.
it's
really cool.
the only thing that would make it cooler, or maybe not, If it said Four Roses like on the top or engraved.
Agreed, but it's really cool.
It's
like
pretty
the
cool.
texture, it's cut into the barrel head. It's really cool.
All right, buddy. Have a
All right,
great
my friends.
week. We'll see you next week.
Take
Bye,
care.
Coach.
Safe
See you, bud.
travels.
Brian Duax live from Central City Liquor. Those are some deals. And the guy keeps bringing deals. And I love it now that like the liquor reps are listening and they're like, well, we win it. We
want
in on that.
Dude, that Four Roses thing is sweet. I'd never noticed that. That's what's on the front of the bottle, I guess.
What'd you think was on there when they called it Four Roses?
I didn't look at it.
You just drank it. Just open it and start drinking it. Damn. That's awesome. Ross, you sent this to me yesterday. And there's a number of things you sent to me. The FIFA soccer tickets. Maybe we can get to that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I just sent you the nonsense. I was sitting on the porch looking at articles. So
well, no, but there was really good stuff. And we talked about velocity early on. Maybe we can get to that tomorrow as well. But I do want to show this. This is you might have heard about the guy running for Senate in Maine. Graham Plattner is his name. He's kind of a Democratic socialist, but he has a lot to say about a lot of things. And he's a fan of the Red Sox. And he took out an ad that ran on NESN, which is the network the Red Sox own. Here's that ad.
Equity has destroyed our favorite baseball team, stripping them for parts. Private equity is buying up our homes, our sports, and our lives. I will reverse the private equity curse. I'm Graham Plattner, and I approve this message because I miss Mookie Betts.
That ran like once, and the Red Sox pulled the ad midway through the broadcast. Midway through the broadcast, that ad was pulled. And the Red Sox, because they own the network, have the power to do that. But I guess my question is, how did it even get that far? Right, Ross? I mean, you have people, are they not screening their commercials? Are they not paying attention to what is going to go over the air? They go, hey, the Plattner ad just showed up. Let's run it. Private equity is destroyed. And by the way, 11% of the Boston Red Sox is owned by private equity.
yes, and they're okay. I sent you a deal maybe a month ago or so about a lot of people in Boston are upset with what's happening, obviously, with the Red Sox, and they suck, and there seems to be no plan for the future, and they do seem to be getting stripped out for parts, and the private equity part of this. I found it interesting. The reason I sent it to you yesterday was because I thought it related well to our conversation about the Big Ten and some of the college sports conferences, like Utah. Private equity buying our college sports. This is what it's going to look like, is what's happening in Boston. Now, the ad running is just a funny ad to me. I mean, I approve this message because I miss Mookie Betts. but his arguments are not wrong. The beginning of that ad of, hey, by the way, private equity is taking all of this stuff. In the name of profit, they're taking sports, they're buying up our communities.
And you're still making money but losing. So if we can make money by losing,
exactly.
Why does it matter?
That's what the Red Sox thing is that they've now come in and they've instead of taking their Moneyball idea and putting it on the field, which won them World Series, they've taken their Moneyball thing and applied it to their books. Which are how do we just milk this thing for all the dollars out of it? And by the way, that's not winning. It's not spending the money to put a winner on the field to draw people to the ballpark. That we're past that.
I mean,
And
I can never imagine the Yankees doing this, right? The Yankees would never lose on purpose, would they? I shouldn't say on purpose. Do you think the Yankees would do something like this? Do you think the Dodgers would do something?
So, I mean, Travis, it's funny. You say the Yankees as though that actually is something. It's a team name. The Steinbrenners will not own that team. So what? So I think you got to clarify the question. Would the current
under current ownership, this would not happen?
I don't see it. Maybe probably not. I'd say probably not. But we make that mistake where we say things like that. The Dodgers would never do such a thing. The Dodgers are not a thing. It's a name for a thing. The Yankees are a name for a thing that changes constantly. That's constantly, the parts underneath it are always changing and moving. It's just a name that's on top of it. So someday, will this happen with the Yankees? Yeah. Sooner than later, my guess is, based on what we've seen with college sports and how this conversation continues. It's happened. It's not like there's no fire. There's a private equity firm that owns the Utah. It doesn't own the Utah Athletic Department, but
they own the
media rights for it.
The for-profit entity that does it. And that should have been, if you want to talk about protecting college sports, it should have said private equity. You can't form for-profit entities for public institutions and bring private equity in, because nothing good is going to happen from it. Nothing. And conferences shouldn't be allowed to invite private equity just to give you an influx of cash. You're a payday loan at that point, because what does private equity want? They want a return on investment, right? Man, I miss Mookie Betts.
That's so good. It's so good. That is a good question, Travis, about how did that ever get through?
I have no problem with them pulling the ad. They own the network, so they can pull it. I have no problem with that. I mean, we've turned down, or we've said, hey, we'd rather not do certain types of business on here, where we're like, hey, let's just kind of stay away from that if we can. But if we found something that was so egregious, we'd be like, hey, you either need to cut a new ad, or we're just not a good fit. So I have no problem with that. My whole thing is, how did it get slipped through the crack? The crack of who watched that?
I remember one. God, 20 years ago. Big Earls on Amateur Night was having a banana eating contest.
That's hot. That's so hot.
And I remember we cut the ad.
That is hot.
And somebody along the line said, no, we're not airing that one. But I remember that was one that we did it, and we ran it up the flagpole, because it's like, if it raised enough red flags, you went, somebody might get upset about this. You would pass it along. And I remember somebody in that on the train said, no, just cut out that little part.
Think twice about it. Hey, guys, if you're not feeling right, don't ignore it. Treat it, but treat it your way. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center designed to restore your confidence and your comfort and put you back in control. Because at UCI, you will get a personalized treatment based on you and nobody else. You deserve a clear plan, a private tailored experience, and judgment-free care. That's UCI. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at IowaURO.com. All right, Roscoe, we're going to get out of here for the day.
All right, buddy.
And go have some French fries, man. Go have some French fries and let me know which ones you like the best. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end unless you're just loitering. It's Central City. We can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City. All this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The April showers have come and gone, and our field is lush with a fresh bouquet of Cadillac CT5 sedans. No one except Cadillac is making sedans like this, 360 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and that classic Cadillac presence. Low APR up to 84 months and a large inventory means we have the CT5 you're looking for this spring. And for even more savings, we have a whole fleet of retired service loaners ready for your driveway. Stop in and see us or visit us online at williscadillac.com.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
Anise.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.